Welcome back to the Time Pals podcast. We trust you will find the second half of the episode to be spiritually fulfilling and physically nurturing, giving you the confidence you need to finally win the day.
Let's pick up where you last left your pals.
Late nights and cheap wine. We gather around the mic, just killing time. Tales of glory days, now long behind. A podcast of dads who lost their minds. We reminisce on the good old days.
I can stand by that, yeah.
Moving to the next one. So this one, I think whenever you look up lists on like movies that shouldn't have won, the best picture winner for this year is always on that list. But anyway, the nominees are Crash, Brokeback Mountain, Capote, Good Night and Good Luck, and Munich. Winner that year, Crash.
This is that controversial one, isn't it?
It was because it seemed like it stole the so at that time there was a 2-horse race between Brokeback and Crash, and I don't know how to phrase it, but Crash was considered to be almost like Oscar bait. Like it was to tug on a bunch of heartstrings to show racism and stuff, just so it could win an award.
But you could also make the same argument for Brokeback Mountain.
I think Brokeback took more guts to make. I think Crash could be more paid by numbers.
Crash is a horrible movie.
Agreed.
The main message of the by the end of it is that no matter what, no matter who you are, you're racist. That was the message that Crash is like. No matter how good Ryan Phillippe seemed as a cop, oh, he's pulling out. Oh, it's not a gun. It's like a little religious symbol. But no, Ryan Phillippe thinks the black guy is pulling out a gun and he shoots him in the car. Like, even though you thought but Ryan Phillippe is not everybody else seems a little bit racist, but he seems like, nope, everybody's racist. No matter what, we're all racist. That was.
Yeah, you know what Avenue Q says, or not, maybe. Everyone's a little bit racist.
I never saw Avenue Q.
Oh my God, it's
may
so
or may
fucking
not
good.
be true
Never
that is the case, but I did not like the way that that can be a true maxim, but I don't want to see a movie where it's like, yeah, no matter what, you're all racist. So what's even the point of trying not to be racist? Just let's all lean into the racism then. Let's not.
It feels like it was something somebody thought was super, super important to say then. And it feels like it was written by someone who only read like 1 or 2 books. It's not, all the characters are way more one-dimensional than you think. They're all, it's the kind of movie where if you're watching it, there's a part of you that feels insulted, not because of the script and not because of the questions it makes you ask yourself. You feel insulted because someone is dumbing stuff down to you. And if you've already lived any kind of life, you know that nothing is like this. There's no such thing.
Okay.
So there's an element of this is very, very ham-fisted.
Okay, I have to say, with full disclosure, that is kind of how I felt about Brokeback Mountain, where it was like, okay, I get the message, right? I get the struggle, but it felt like
It did the same thing.
I hate. I hate to say that about that, but kind of feel that way. Like we're going for an Oscar. We're being edgy for the sake of being edgy.
See, I can see that too. I think for me, Crash is more disingenuous, but
yeah, for sure. No. Like I'm not at all trying to say that the actors they didn't do a good job or the script didn't do it justice.
no, it just didn't hit the part of your brain you went, you guys are trying to manipulate me and the story isn't good. You know what I mean? I get it. I totally understand. Because there are movies that do that you see the strings a little bit and you think to yourself, oh, no, I'm not along for this ride. This is not a good movie. I thought Brokeback Mountain was cool. I actually preferred a couple of the other movies. I actually really liked the Truman Capote movie.
Capote, yeah.
I liked that a lot. I was a sucker for when Walk the Line came out.
Yes.
I thought that was excellent. And I didn't even know this was the same year. And I looked at the list and I'm like, oh, why didn't even nobody like that movie. I thought that movie was amazing. I thought the performances were incredible. If you close your eyes, you hear Johnny Cash. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I thought that's fantastic. What was else? So, Good Night and Good Luck. I kind of vaguely remember.
That was just as much bullshit, but just
I don't
just a
remember
different kind of. I saw it. It was just as much bullshit, just a different kind of.
Yeah, and this might have been that year. Oh, for real, this might have been that year where people were trying to send a message. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
and that might be why this year.
It's not bullshit. Just as much campaigning for the Academy is
For
what
sure.
I'm trying to say. Like, please don't cancel me for.
I think Capote should have won.
I think you're safe.
I think Capote should have won, which is very hard for me to say given how much I fucking love the movie Munich. Munich was so fucking good.
Yeah, I got to rewatch Munich too.
I'm happy to toss out the other three, Good Night and Good Luck, Crash, and Brokeback, which is overrated to me. It was a good movie. It's not to downplay the performances, but just to replace it with A History of Violence, replace it with Walk the Line, replace it with Batman Begins, with a special mention to Kiss Bang Bang.
That was a good one. I was
Not good.
Not Batman Begins.
Yes, Batman Begins.
That was the beginning of the good Batmans, but it was
exactly.
not but it was not the good Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie itself was not great. I know Dom is going to put that on his list number one.
Nope, it's not.
Nope.
No? Okay.
It's going to be more fucking animated movies.
Speaking of animated movies, because now that I
actually-
know you don't like Lord of the Rings and anime, Mike, Dom, we got to make him watch the Lord of the Rings anime.
No, you don't.
Oh, the anime.
No, you don't. Really, you shouldn't.
So, what about you,
so
Veronica?
I already talked about my feelings on Crash. What is that going to be?
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
He forgot you went because he's a bad
I
host.
mentioned that, but I didn't get into anything else. I just talked about how much I hate Crash. In terms of, other things, just on like the whole Mystic River thing, this movie was not nominated, but I was going through a movie called The Constant Gardener. That should be a movie about it's like Speed, where, you have to keep the bus above 50, like he has to keep gardening or people die. That's what that movie is. It's not.
Is that Ray? Is that Ray Fiennes?
That's a movie where if anyone.
That's what it's about?
No, that's not. She's bullshit.
Oh, you're saying about how the name makes it okay.
She's bullshitting you.
Yeah.
I really thought that was a movie about a man who needed to keep gardening, otherwise people would die.
Maybe that I would want to see. Damn it, man. No. Not whatever that was. I don't know. It was based on like a Grisham book or something. I don't know. Whatever.
You fucked up those poinsettias. I just burnt down an orphanage.
But instead, it's gardening instead of keeping a bus. But I thank you. I need to get a pitch meeting.
That's
soon.
amazing.
Yes. Right. Start writing the screenplay.
I need more Flavor Flav in my life. In terms of other movies that I was going through, again, I am a fan of the comedies, and that was that would have been when 40-Year-Old Virgin came out.
No way.
That was a great one. Also, that was when Thank You for Smoking could have been nominated. I thought that was a great one.
Thank You for Smoking was one of my favorite movies. That was one of my favorites. I didn't even think of that.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, I didn't even see that on the list.
For sure.
I don't know. I don't think
I didn't get nominated for anything, huh?
No.
Thank you.
I don't even think Aaron Eccles got.
He was great. Oh, and on another comedy one that I think would have been eligible this year would have been Wedding Crashers as well.
I'm with you with 40-Year-Old.
But 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same punch.
The Wedding Crashers was great, but I just don't like Vince Vaughn in most things, so it's automatically lower. Vince Vaughn annoys the shit out of me.
Interesting.
I'm with you, John. For sure.
For me, that's Jack Black. Jack Black, I like him in like two things ever. I like him. I ignore him and everything else.
Tenacious D. I love him in Tenacious D, and that's it. That's
my picture every single movie, and I'm like, oh, he's not that guy.
Have fun taking your kids to the Minecraft movie, Mike.
Oh, they are not going.
Yeah. No, I'm not letting them. I'm not taking her.
It exists. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not taking her.
It's a hard pick. There's just, I don't know. don't really like any of the
That's
choices.
the worst poker face.
So I'm
You got
just
the
gonna,
worst poker face, dude.
I guess it's gonna be Star Wars Episode 3.
of course,
Right?
yeah,
Is
gotta
it?
be
Is
on
it?
there. It's the best out of the prequels,
Yes.
which isn't a high bar to
Is it?
cross, but it's
Are you
on
gonna
there.
say either Hitch or King Kong?
King Kong's on there.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
Batman
But-
Begins is on there.
No, it's not on there.
No. You were
Then-
gonna end with Madagascar as your
No,
nickname,
no.
huh?
No,
No.
fuck that
Dom,
movie.
you are the John. You are the John of this episode, Dom.
If I had to pick, I would say War of the Worlds, that Steven Spielberg movie.
It wasn't terrible, but
yeah,
not best
Not the
picture.
greatest one, but still enjoyed it.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
And then, well, I guess Harry Potter 4. I think the surprise one I want to throw on here is
That
You
Goblet
could
of
say Harry
Island.
Potter 4. What was it?
The Island,
Oh, The
starring
Island.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And Michael Bay's movie, so lots of explosions.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
And then honorable mention, the Doom movie.
My heart is breaking.
Yeah,
It's hard 'cause I love
underscore.
Carl Urban so
Yeah.
much.
Underscore.
I can't get it down.
Why do we do this to
I know
ourselves?
what to do. 2007, everybody, right?
We let John and Dom say their opinions.
So, Best Picture nominees for next year:
Oh god damn.
The Departed, Babel,
Yep.
Letters from Iwo Jima,
Yep.
Little Miss Sunshine, and
Yep.
The Queen.
Yep. This one. Okay. I got this one. Take off The Queen. Put in Last King of Scotland.
Good movie.
That was on my list. You fucking stole it. Shit.
Yep. Take off The Queen. Put in The Last King of Scotland.
Great.
Or even Children of Men.
Children of Men, I like. I actually,
I mean, I was more for sure Last King of Scotland.
yeah. Forrest Whitaker won too, and like that movie's not even
Right.
nominated.
Yeah, that's what that pisses me off. That's like the same reason why I said that Kathy Bates, like Misery, should have fucking won Best Picture because of how good Kathy Bates did.
Right.
Shit.
Wasn't even nominated.
No, take off whatever British bullshit they're trying to push and put on the Scottish bullshit they're trying to push.
Why aren't British films considered foreign films, huh?
That's where
Huh?
they're picked. It's like your.
I'm just saying.
That's right.
But that's my list, and I'm done.
It's like your weird grandpa. That's why we let him do. Your weird uncle that comes to Thanksgiving.
You want to go, John?
Sure. I mean, I fucking love The Departed. It was great.
Yeah, me too.
I will. It's too fucking long, but it's great. Tied for win. I honestly think that Letters from Iwo Jima should have been looked at significantly more because the fact that Ken Watanabe was not recognized in any actor category is criminal, and it should have won. It would have won if in my head it would have won if The Departed wasn't in it. Little Miss Sunshine is a fucking joy of a movie. I love that movie so much. That is such a great movie. Babel is just another one of the trend of, an accident connects X or Y different groups of people. And we had enough of those fucking movies. And I'm pretty sure The Queen is the closest we're going to get to the royal family admitting that they killed Diana. Amazing disrespect to Pan's Labyrinth this year.
That was my other one.
Amazing disrespect. Not a word. And
My fucking two, you both took.
and The Host, which I know is just a Korean like horror film now, but it's fucking Bong Joon-ho. Future Academy Award winner for Best Fucking Picture, Bong Joon-ho. And this movie was just as good, and it should have been right up there. So we could have replaced Babel and The Queen with Pan's Labyrinth, The Host, and Talladega Nights.
Oh, you know what? Okay.
Talladega Nights.
I would replace your Talladega Nights. I would.
Dom, don't
Not.
shake
no.
your head at him. Like, really? With your choices?
Let's pretend. I've actually never seen Babel. Babel didn't interest me at all. But let's
Talladega Nights, and you're like, really? You said El Dorado
Yeah,
earlier.
Hey, I got my own standards, all right?
You tell me how many times that you do not use, I don't know what to do with my hands right now, or you don't put Evil on me.
For
You
shame,
tell me how
damn
you know
fate.
damn well you use that.
So pretending I didn't get both of my fucking choices stolen, I very quickly looked down the list, and this isn't even a movie that would win, because I actually agree with the Departed description. It's way too long, but it deserved all the accolades. I was a fan of The Prestige, so I thought that was a really well made movie. There's another movie I'm not going to say because I think it's going to be on Veronica's list just because of the quotability, but I'm not. That would be the one thing if I couldn't put Pan's Labyrinth, which was kind of what that was my version of Little Miss Sunshine, where I loved the shit out of that movie, and I saw that again and again. That would be on there instead of Queen. Queen was fine. Queen I thought was pretty forgettable through all it, but yeah, the other ones, like Departed still wins. And Babylon I never saw, but I believe you when you say that it's one of those because it looked really flashy. I was like, okay, fine, but I never watched it. Last King of Scotland though deserves to be on there.
Great. I didn't think about it at all.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, Last King of Scotland. That's great. I hadn't even thought of that one. And then, yeah, I had Pan's Labyrinth also on there. In terms of The Departed winning, I really like The Departed. I don't have a problem with The Departed being up there. I really love Little Miss Sunshine, Letters from My, yeah, all of them. I did not see The Queen, so if I had to take out one, I guess I would take out The Queen. And then you mentioned like the one that you're not going to say because you think I might say it because it was quotable. I do have one that was kind of quotable. It's called 300. That was your number one.
Darn, my number one pick.
Yep.
He's a fucking shadow Spartan.
I also had I just postulated Apocalypto was pretty good.
Yeah.
Those are some of the
Apocalypto
ones
was
I was
pretty good.
eliminating.
But
Yeah.
no, 300 was much better than Apocalypto.
300 was fun.
Dumb, now that you can't use 300.
I know, right? And my number one pick, 300. I would keep Letters from Iwo Jima on there,
Good man.
but then I would add Flags of Our Fathers to go along with it, which was still made by the same people. So I would add Children of Men for sure. That one, I loved a lot of the shots looked like one takes. Like they did such a good job on a lot of those scenes that you're just like, wow, this all feels like one take. And then you rewatch it and you're like trying to find where the cuts are, and it's really hard to find. And then The Prestige. Those are my picks.
Yeah, I was a
Weren't-
Prestige guy. Go ahead.
Because wasn't Flags of Iwo Jima and
Flags of Iwo Jima.
Letters from Iwo Jima and Flags
Jima.
of Our Fathers?
Flags of Our
Shit. What was the Nickell quote we were going to do? I forget.
Yeah.
No, we're
Which, by the way, I'm 90% sure that Nickell was mixing up two different older black men.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, Nickell, you think this is the guy from The Wire, and it's not the guy from The Wire.
no, hold on. So letters from Iwo Jima.
Iwo Jima.
Right. And Flags of Our Fathers. They were both done by Clint Eastwood,
Yes.
right? And weren't they both nominated that year?
Not for Best Picture.
For Best Picture.
Oh, okay.
Just Letters from Iwo Jima.
Sorry.
You know what's
I was-
funny? Is that the one Mandela effect is I actually thought it was reversed. I could have sworn Flags of Our Father was nominated, Iwo Jima was not. I guess there's not really too many things else. I thought Veronica was going to say Borat just for the fuck of it.
I thought about putting it on there.
I mean, Borat
No,
is
you know what?
still like...
Never did it. I was like, oh shit. Wasn't going to be on my list. I was expecting someone to say just for the shit.
Well, you know what, Mike?
I even have standards. Come on now.
Yeah. Even Dom and John have standards.
Yeah, I I was gonna say it. I think I got like 10 or 15 minutes left, guys.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we're pushing like we're almost at hour 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Next one. So the nominees were for the what was it?
This is
2000.
now
Where were we?
going to be
2007.
So this is 2007 movies.
Gotcha.
So 2008
Now we're moving
Oscars.
2008. Yeah,
Gotcha. So the nominees were No Country for Old Men, Atonement, Juno, Michael Clayton, and There Will Be Blood.
I don't think anybody's questioning if No Country for Old Men. Like,
I would have maybe put There Will Be Blood ahead, but I have no qualms with both were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
it's yeah.
It'll go back and forth in my brain.
Yeah, the other three, I mean, I liked Juno, but bye bye. I would have replaced the ones that were not those two with Zodiac, which was an amazing movie, American Gangster, which was good.
Yep.
And guess I do like
Yes.
Michael Cera as
Yes.
Superbad.
Yes.
No. Come on.
People still use McLovin IDs. It has staying
We
power.
gotta move on.
Right.
Like, we don't have time. We don't have just take that breath.
I agree with American Gangster.
The American Gangster was cool. Yeah, that was fun.
Put American Gangster on there, maybe, but super bad.
That is
you
a
can
super
go
bad
F
take
yourself.
on that, but that's it.
Oh,
This was a year I didn't have any that I wanted to replace. This is like I had maybe 2 blank years
Oh,
where like
okay.
I can't think of one that I would really replace.
28 weeks later, Beowulf, Transformers, Harry Potter 5.
Beowulf? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm putting it on there. Yep.
A PS2 game that's like 3 hours long. There's not like Jesus Christ.
And I guess Pirates. Let's throw Pirates on
yeah,
there.
there you go, Pirates.
There we go.
I'll take that rather than spend the time yelling at you, Dom.
I don't really feel like replacing like I liked other movies that year for sure. Like I was a 310 to Yuma guy and Assassination of Jesse James guy, but they were both not gonna be beating No Country for Old Men. And that was the modern Western, and these are two obviously
Yeah.
old, you know what I mean? So the modern one isn't gonna fuck up 310 to Yuma.
No, I liked the Assassination of Jesse James.
Good, right? But I wouldn't like you're not gonna win.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna put it on there.
Okay, I think we're good to go to the next one. So, the Best Picture nominees for the 2009 is gonna be Slumdog Millionaire, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Frost Nixon, Milk, and The Reader.
Let's just address the elephant in the room, The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Enough said.
Slumdog did not deserve to win out of the 5 nominees, hands down. But I'm okay with it being in as a nominee. I think Milk should have won. Sean Penn did an amazing job. I think Benjamin Button was okay to be nominated. I could toss Frost Nixon and The Reader in favor of Gran Torino.
I was thinking about that, but then I was thinking about what about the boy in the striped pajamas?
that's a good one too.
We already had Schindler's List. We're fine.
Hey, I mean, we could.
I didn't
Hey, that doesn't make it okay.
for one and done deal.
6 million lives, my friend. Yeah.
I apologize
Just
to all of my Jewish
just
friends
because-
for that.
Just because you win Best Picture once doesn't make 6 million lives okay.
All right, fine. I'll give you. We'll do Gran Torino and The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and we will just ignore the art that is The Dark Knight and Tropic Thunder, sir.
No. Okay, so just don't put in Gran Torino and put in The Dark
Gran
Knight.
Torino is not for me.
Gran Torino is how I want to die.
Gran Torino. Here's the thing with Gran Torino. Straight up, he tried to do what he did with Unforgiven, which is you basically take away all the mystique of what that kind of character would be. The problem I have is the boy in the movie is one of the worst actors I've ever seen. He's terrible the entire movie, and I cannot stop staring at him and being angry. The entire movie, I couldn't get into it. I wanted to so bad too. I wanted to so bad, but yeah, I can't roll with you on that one.
That's fair.
I never saw The Reader, and I never saw. Oh well, no, I take that back. I did see Curious Case. I don't remember it at all. But yeah, the Reader I never saw.
Take out The Reader. Who cares? It's
I never.
it's not something that's going to cause John to say questionable things about
So,
the past and history.
It won't win, but I actually thought The Wrestler was an amazing movie. I thought Mickey Rourke was fantastic, and it was the downtrodden dude. So I mentioned it a million times before, but Veronica doesn't know. But I actually trained as a pro wrestler, so I know this guy. I know the dude who should have made it big, and then
Oh, wow.
wrestled for $20, a night. and that it was perfect. It was perfect the way that person is. There's a part of their brain that still wants to make you think that they're still as famous as ever, but you also see a very broken down human being. And there's nothing that comes close to matching that. So that was really cool. I'm a big Dark Knight guy, so that would have been in. If anything, even before that. Yeah, I don't know what else I would do, to be real with you. Yeah, I don't like. Slumdog was cool. I saw why it won. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
It wasn't my favorite, but it was fine.
Yeah, obviously Dark Knight, I think should have been nominated, and Tropic Thunder, were on my list. A couple that weren't mentioned, In Bruges.
Yes. Oh God, I didn't mention because I didn't think anybody else would mention it. Yes.
That was
Was that
same year.
same
And
year?
then Moon.
Yes. Thank
Wow,
you.
that was the Moon year? We fucking mentioned the shit out of that movie. How
I've
did I
been
miss
telling all of these assholes to watch Moon, and all of them, oh, I'm so enjoying it with Moon.
Moon was really
So
good.
yeah, those
God
would be
damn
like
it. I didn't know. Here you are talking about Boy in the Striped Pajamas, trying to make it a joke, and Moon was on the table the entire time, John? Jesus Christ.
it is
I gotta tell
funny.
you about this comedy, about Nazis,
Yeah,
Blonde.
I don't think he was trying to make it a joke. I'm not sure about that.
God. Don't try and pivot to me at the end after your whole episode of needing the button, Nickell. All right, Dom.
Kill it for us, brother.
Yeah, pretty obvious. The Dark Knight should have been the winner, I think, for sure. But some other
It should have been. It should have been at least nominated.
right. And then just other movies to throw on there, as you said, Gran Torino, Cloverfield, Wanted, Iron Man, and as an honorable mention, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Fucking stuff.
But that's a joke though. It's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Great TV show, but the movie, no, they shouldn't have done that.
Okay, I think this is the last one, 2010. Oh, no, I guess
Yeah, and
This is going to be fun.
this one. Okay.
This one is going to be fun.
For the 2010 Academy Awards were The Hurt Locker, Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, In Education, Inglorious Bastards, Precious, The Serious Man, Up, and Up in the Air.
An animated movie was nominated?
yeah,
I had
things to say. Go,
yeah,
Nickell.
honestly, I don't think you had the complete list because
There are 10
have-
nominees.
I have
looking at all 10,
I
right?
have 20. I have
3.
20.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No,
That
there's
makes sense.
10 on the official Oscars website.
I have
Okay.
20 nominees.
That made sense because I fucking thought I read 2 years in a row.
No,
Nope, that was
No.
the first year they did 10.
I'm telling you, like maybe I have twice as many as you guys do, but I have 20 nominees.
Jesus Christ. Why don't you go first?
Well, no, I mean, I wrote it out like, well, if there's 20, our work is already cut out for us. We just have to
Did you look at
We just have to
different
cut
years,
out
like and combine them?
the movies we don't want. So okay. Here's the list that I had. Sorry.
Having trouble finding
Nope.
your list.
Yeah, I don't have my list. All I have written is 20 nominees.
Circle.
And then
These are my notes. They did our job for us. We just have to cut it down to 5 or 6.
We have to just pick 10 movies that aren't on there.
Yeah. Like I would say you cross-check me on this one because obviously I have twice as many as you had.
Shit.
District 9,
District 9 was on there.
Yep.
take that off.
Interesting.
Toy Story 3, take that
Here's
off.
what, no, here's
No,
what you
but that
did.
was
Nickell. You
animated.
took
That was
2009
animated.
and 2010, or 2010 and 2011. You took them as one big list when they're two. Those are 2 different years. That was in the
Maybe.
Yeah.
But Toy
was
Story
nominated
3.
in- that's the
Wait,
next
okay, so I'm gonna.
That's next year.
All right, well then correct me as I go.
That was, yeah.
The Blind Side,
Blind Side's
Yeah,
on there.
take that off.
Yes.
Avatar, take that off.
Yep.
Take that off.
Next year. Next year.
True Grit
Not on there.
Not on there next year.
next year. What, 2011 or Okay. All right. I'll leave it on
That's the
then.
next year.
Social Network.
How can we? Because you
How the hell
forgot,
did
like
that?
you looked at the
Yeah, you
list
got
and you
these mixed up.
Yeah, you did.
It was literally one whole list,
You-
man. When I looked it up,
just naming movies you wrote on your hand. Just kept
Right.
writing and writing.
I just wrote down movies I hated.
Here are the movies from the next year, just so you know if they're still on your list. The King's Speech, Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception, The Kids Are All Right, 127 Hours, The Social Network, Toy Story 3, True Grit, and Winter's Bone. That was the next year, not this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this year.
Okay. Well, I guess.
I guess Avatar wins and fuck everybody.
No, it doesn't. We're doing this right. Precious should have won.
Precious.
Nobody
Okay.
can tell me that
So
there was
Precious-
a single better
Precious should have
performance.
been on there.
Precious should have won. There was not a single better performance in every movie with every actor and actress than fucking Monique in that movie. Not to mention that Gabori Sidibe should have won Best Actress way over fucking Sandra
Oh,
Bullock in The Blind Side.
Oh fuck, that was that
Oh,
year.
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
that should have
Precious
won over.
should have destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
The Hurt Locker should have been only nominated. Inglourious Bastards, but only because of the performances.
I liked
The
Inglourious Basterds.
movie as a whole, structure was weird. District 9 I liked because it was interesting. Everything else fucking gone. Okay, Up in the Air. Oh, look, a weird comedy about how good face-to-face capitalism is with a man who sold his fucking middle okay tequila company for 20 times what it's worth because it's him. You know, Up already won animated, best animated. A Serious Man, I couldn't finish. Blindside, I fucking hate sports films unless they're comedies. And also, we don't need another fucking white savior film. And then Avatar, ooh, white saviors in space. Look,
No, come on though. Like, how do I
It's
look
called
up
Wikipedia,
Best
and
Picture
I'm-
nominees?
Oscars.org has them by year in a nice little scrolly bar, dude.
Yeah, I don't know where you found it.
This is
And
rocking
so,
my whole world right now.
apparently, though, Moon came out in 2009, but was eligible for 2010 voting because that's where it got some. And that I have it here. It just says trim everything else and replace it all with Moon. That's what I wrote.
Literally,
Sam Rockwell, support the local boy.
I was ready to drop a heavy hammer on everything, the Oscars and everything. I was ready to drop the hammer, and
God.
I apparently had like twice as many. I was like, this doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna drop the hammer.
I've read like 14 names, so fuck it. These are probably on there too.
Yep. Veronica, go for it.
This was another year where I was like, I don't have one that I would specifically replace with another one, but in terms of best picture, yeah, I would. Let me get that. Like, who
Hurt Locker
again?
won.
It was, yeah, I would have taken. Oh, Precious is a good choice. I personally really did like Inglourious Bastards. Yes, because a lot of the performance, the fracture, the odd storytelling, that was not unappealing to me. I think it's Tarantino's best movie.
Yeah,
so
I would agree
would've-
with that.
We had an episode about multiverses, and that was one of the things we were talking about, or at least I was talking about. Yeah.
I listened.
Not only is it a great movie, but one of the what do you call it? The conspiracies about it is the timeline splits in the Tarantino verse, quote unquote, and it basically shows like all this violence and stuff to a rebuilding country, and because of that, like Americans, it's weird because it's almost like this anyway, but Americans are like super into violence now, and that's like a form of communication, which explains all of his movies, right? So it's one of those things where I loved Inglourious Bastards. I agree that Precious is probably would have won and probably should have won. I actually was not a big Hurt Locker guy. I thought it was fine. It just was one of those movies. I'm like, yeah, it's another war movie. I think I've seen this. Other than that, like I barely remember Up in the Air. I never saw A Serious Man. I never saw An Education. Blindside, I didn't like that one either. And I'm a sports movie guy, and I thought it was just kind of goofy. Avatar, I actually actively hated. I didn't like Avatar at all. I thought it was boring as shit. Dom's gonna hate that, but yeah, I thought it was a boring ass movie.
It makes a good extended tech demo, but that's about it.
I didn't even like it as a tech demo. It was just one of those ones where it felt like you were watching it's like Cameron for some reason just pulled every sci-fi cliche and then threw it all on screen and just kind of pretended he didn't do it. I don't know why. I couldn't get into it.
Made itself a sci-fi stew.
I'm sure it's everyone got caught up in the 3D craze because that really launched that, and everyone went to go see it in 3D, and they were probably just like, "Whoa, this is a new
It's
experience."
a new
to see
experience, but it's the
movies."
same movie you've seen.
Because when seeing it in 3D, thought that was amazing, and then watching at home in 2D, and then kind of had that experience where I'm like, actually, is it really that great of a movie? And then I started asking that question. So
I'm really having like an Inception moment, like where I'm tripping out about what are the nominees? What is reality? Because I'm looking up.
no, the Matrix is glitching on him,
I
right?
am looking up everything that you guys said, but I can only still find the only nominees that I have found before.
Dude,
I can't find the
Oscars.
split. I can't find the split.
We're gonna
Just
get to yours. Don't
keep
worry.
Oscars.org.
I just said the split. It's when Inglourious Bastards wins.
It-
So let's.
It should at least be nominated.
Well,
And maybe Precious wins. Is that the same year? I don't even know anymore.
It
That's
is.
that's exactly the same year.
Okay.
That's like-
Well, then
Yeah,
I'm
you're
at least.
back on track. Welcome back
Okay.
to time, pal.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
just quickly go through mine. So I'd still keep Hurt Locker, Avatar, Blindside, and District 9 on that list. And I would add 2012, Zombieland, Public Enemies,
I didn't like that one.
Star Trek,
Dude, now I'm mad at you.
Ninja
The Star Trek movie was
Assassin.
awful.
and then
Yeah.
and then the winner is
How many
obviously
movies do you
Watchmen.
get to nominate. Like, Jesus.
10 nominated.
Well, since there was 10,
You took out
so
you kept 4 and added 6.
Oh, I was
oh, it,
I liked Watchmen too. I always like quoting, "You don't get it. I'm in here with you. You're in here with me."
which I mean, isn't that just amazing considering the year before he was up for Best Actor for Young People or whatever it was?
Yeah, I think that'll do it for that one. There's just way too many movies. So I think this is the last one.
Well, because I thought that was the
this
last
is the
one.
2010's the last one. Next episode is 2011 to 2020.
Oh shit.
Well,
right.
as it turns out, I have half the list already started.
All right. Mike, take us out.
okay.
Okay,
Let's
so
quickly wrap this up.
I don't have an ending for this written, so this all whatever I say is going to be erased and re-recorded. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you very much, Nickell, for basically presenting this generation of movies, which I actually remember way more than the 90s ones. I was kind of surprised. This was probably the last generation of movies that I saw almost all of them. Because after that, I got married, I had
Right.
kids, I almost never see shit anymore at all. Like, if we did this again, I would, like, half of these nominees I wouldn't even know.
And so next time.
Yeah, until next time, pals. Thank you very much again, Veronica Matthews. You can catch all of her stuff at all the links I'll be posting below. We hope to have you back again. You've been a pleasure. This is Mike _ for the rest of the time, pals. See you next time.
The Time Pals are the geek cornerstone of the Mayday Media Network. Check out all of the Mayday Media podcasts at maydaymedianetwork.com